What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. If you're here before, boy, do I have a deck for you. We're playing some Magic the Gathering online on Arena. We're playing in Mythic Ranked, and today's deck is one I just became privy to. It is JeskEYE Oculus. This is very reminiscent of the blue-white Oculus decks we've seen in the past entire standard season, where we're trying to reanimate Abhorrent Oculus with Helping Hand and Recommission, but we're changing it up a little bit. Obviously, we have a JeskEYE mana base, so the mana base is notably weaker, but that's just the pain point of going into a third color in standard outside of like exactly domain. So we're doing the Oculus, and that plus Recommission and Helping Hand are the only things that this deck really has in common with its Azorius brother deck. The things that we're doing in red, we get some really good removal for starts. Torch the Tower, which is bolstered by Spyglass Siren, giving us an extra artifact token to sacrifice so we can bargain it, along with Scorching Dragonfire, because dealing 3 damage to a creature and exiling it is a huge deal right now. We're looking at Enduring Curiosity specifically with cards like that. But after that, we've got Fear of Missing Out. Fear of Missing Out's great. Getting Delirium in this deck should be pretty easy. And Fear of Missing Out giving cards like Abhorrent Oculus and extra combat is insane. Inti is going to give us an extra way to put cards into our graveyard, and it's going to grind a value engine when we're already doing the thing we want to be doing, which is discarding cards and like attacking for a lot of damage in the air. We've got Unsummon, that is also, I guess, a leftover from the blue-white variation of the deck. And then instead of playing Haughty Djinn, we're playing Steamcore Scholar, which is a 2/2 with Flying and Vigilance. When it enters, draw 2 cards, then discard 2 unless you discard an instant, sorcery, or creature with flying. Abhorrent Oculus is a creature with flying. And then there's also a Kiora, which has a similar effect. You draw 2, discard 2, except for it has this threshold ability where you can make an octopus when you attack. I wouldn't expect to do that very often, but they do synergize very well with Proft's Eidetic Memory is how I hope that's pronounced, where it draws a card when it comes into play. It gives you an infinite hand size for as long as it's in play. And at the beginning of your combat, it gives a creature you control, target creature you control, +1/+1 counters equal to the number of cards you draw in this turn, hold for the first one you've drawn for turn. An interesting thing is that when you have a Fear of Missing Out giving you extra combat steps, if we read Proft's Eidetic Memory, it says at the beginning of your combat on your turn, if you draw more than blah blah blah. At the beginning of combat on your turn, there is a second beginning of combat step granted by Fear of Missing Out. So if you draw in 2 extra cards in a turn, have Delirium, and use Proft's Eidetic Memory, it triggers twice, which is cool. The sideboard is nothing crazy. It's just full of sideboard cards. You've got some Enchantment Hate, Urbrask's Forge, some counter spells, and 3 Ghost Vacuums, even a couple of Shelter by Ghosts for the red matchups. That's everything you need to know. Let's go ahead and get into the games. Oh, Arena. How many lands does this fucking deck play? That's so many spells and not enough lands. I wonder if we're supposed to keep this hand or go to 5. I feel like our deck is trying to do this aggressive thing, and we're not in the market to keep 4 lands, even if they do all come into play untapped with our colors. But I don't think we're in the market to keep 4 lands, Spyglass Siren, Fear of Missing Out, and pray for the remaining turns that however many there are in this game. With the speed of the red decks in standard, it might be like 4. So we're going to 5. This hand is, well, Inti can get the Abhorrent Oculus into the graveyard if it lives. I can't afford to lose both of my Unsummons. So I think we pitch Unsummon Oculus and we clench our little booty cheeks and pray that that's enough. Let's go. We'll open on, I don't think it matters what land. If we play Adarkar Wastes, they might think we're a different deck. Okay, nothing on turn 1. Great. That's cut down mana, so I'm not like super into the idea of playing Inti, but I think we have to do our deck's thing. So please don't cut down my Inti. Thank you. I appreciate it. All right, now we need to attack with Inti and discard this Aki and exile Helping Hand, and then we win the game. Our attack, trigger, I will discard Abhorrent Oculus, exile Helping Hand. Oh, so close. Still, that's fine because our opponent's not doing anything. All right, we'll jam land and have good cards in our hand and pass. Yeah, Snarling Gorehound. Staple of the format. That resolves. Our opponent, did they keep 7 and just do nothing for the whole game? Sure, man, whatever. You can block with this, and I just don't care. We'll go to my turn. Another Oculus. How big's our graveyard? 1 thick? I think we'll just pitch that, to be honest. Attack, trigger, pitch the Oculus, make my Inti bigger, exile the top card. If it's good, it's good. We didn't want another land, but I guess it's fine. Beggars can't be choosers. Our sketchy mulligan to 5 is currently working out, so I'm not going to complain too much. Play the Spirebluff Canal, pass the turn. Okay, that was really easy. Our deck didn't do the thing it was supposed to do, but whatever, who cares? All right, let's sideboard. Our opponent is doing Snarling Gorehound things. This could be the deck that plays Raise the Past and tries to reanimate everything, meaning they might be leaning on their graveyard, meaning maybe I want to interact with it a little bit. So I could see these Ghost Vacuums being okay. There's a choke point there though, where I like kind of want my spells. Torch the Tower should be good. Scorching Dragonfire should be like okay. I think I just need to make some light trims and try to bring in the Ghost Vacuums and hope it's enough. Anyone who's currently watching, let's pull it up actually, see how many of you are in here. Of the 3 people watching, please get at me. Let me know how it sounds. I just reworked a little bit in preparation for the first paper streams, which are way more of a tech, I'm looking up there, but I moved my camera here. Way more of a technology nightmare than these simple MTGA, MTGO streams. Yeah, we'll go all 3 ghost vacuums. I'm just gonna panic and like play around the thing that I think they're doing. I'll like trim 1 Siren. I'll trim 1 Unsummon. The music thing is super cool. Thanks, buddy. Yeah, it's actually really simple. I had to look at I actually went to college for sound design, specifically sound recording technology, or SRT. But that doesn't translate to knowing how to use OBS properly. So I did have to do a little bit of a shame Google, but I think it worked out okay. Great Pepsi Man, what's going on, baby? How you doing? Just chilling on a Wednesday. We're gonna be streaming. I'll switch decks at some point, but I think we're just playing this Oculus deck all day long. This is my first game with it. Game 1 was free, but like the blue-white Oculus decks have seemed really boring and not explosive or fun. This JeskEYE one feels like, so far, like it could be sweet. It looks sweet on paper. In practice, we did the first game we've played, the only game we've played. I mulliganed 2-5, and our opponent didn't do anything, so we won. So we'll see what happens. First, our opponent's gonna take their sweet-ass time figuring out if they want to be on the play. Solid over here. You give a cube, wait. You give the cube draft a crack? No, I haven't. Is that something you're saying I should do? This hand is Helping Hand, FOMO, Ghost Vacuum, Spyglass Siren, 3 lands that all come in untapped. We're keeping. It doesn't do the dex thing, but it like interacts, I think, in a way we probably want to. We don't need to like punch out this Ghost Vacuum super quick. We can get it going after they get something into the bin. That said, this Snarling Gorehound, whenever another creature you control with power 2 or less enters Surveil 1, so they could start the engine going really quick if they are playing Raise the Past. And if I'm always 1 behind, the Ghost Vacuum might be a little bit tough. I'm actually just I just talked myself into playing Ghost Vacuum. Hopefully they don't just pop it. It's pretty dope in terms of power level. You went 2-3, that's fine. Hey, 2-3 is completely fine, especially for something like Cube. Ilkor, Sadistic Pilgrim, they surveil to the top, probably because this Ghost Vacuum really disincentivizes them from binning a bunch of stuff. I, however, will be binning stuff. Here is my FOMO. I'll pitch a FOMO in anticipation of just handing it back into play. And there's a Steamcore Scholar, so that's cool too. We'll pass. This FOMO is going to be able to get in the way of anything that wants to attack that doesn't have menace, like Snarling Gorehound. That said, Elias also has Death Touch, so it's a little bit freaky. Essence Channeler becomes a 3-2. Ew, gross. Yeah, at some point, maybe we'll give the cube a crack, just for fun. All these things happen. Please start putting stuff in your graveyard. Actually, don't. If Ghost Vacuum sits in play and they never bin a card, we're totally fine with that. Another Snarling Gorehound. Okay, their board's getting big, but if we can just like get our plan going, it probably doesn't matter too much. But if we sit here for like 3 more turns and don't do anything, big stinky doo-doo, nasty trouble time. They probably just get him with the dog, because I will just like trade with the Ilkor. All right, we'll take 1, and then I will just make sure your graveyard's completely empty. It doesn't really do anything. I don't care. I could do a lot of things. I could Inti. Wait, let's see here. What I want to do, I think I want to play Inti. I want to play Shivan Reef Inti, leaving a white source up. And then attack with FOMO. Although if I attack with FOMO, the Essence Channeler just blocks super easy, right? But no, then the FOMO becomes a 3-4. Do I care if Essence Channeler gives its counters to anything? I don't think so. Then I could Helping Hand the Steamcore Scholar. You know what? Now that I'm saying that out loud, that sounds dumb. I think I'm just supposed to play Steamcore Scholar and try to like draw into an Oculus, put it in the bin. We're gonna do that. All right, here's my Steamcore Scholar. Draw 2, discard 2. It could be 2, could be 1. That worked out wonderfully. I'm gonna discard a Abhorrent Oculus. Then we're just gonna pass the turn. Once we get the Oculus in play and running, we'll be able to like chump the Essence Channeler indefinitely. We'll just need to find a way to get it out of play. Perhaps a Unsummon. Vengeful Blood Witch is scary. Now if they find the black-white legend, it is a legend, I think. It's a 2-1 and you just sacrifice anything to give it a +1/+1 counter. They kind of get this engine going that's really brutal and gross. What are your thoughts on the Fast and Furious set in terms of power creep? My friends and I are annoyed with how insane they are. Is the Fast and Furious, is that a Commander product? I'm actually not familiar right now. I don't pay attention to a lot of the supplementary stuff. All right, let's see what they've done to their graveyard. They just put an Overlord of the Balamurk in there. Super interested in trading here. I don't care if the Vengeful Blood Witch triggers, but I want to be careful how much I trade with and put in the graveyard at a time. So we're gonna go to blockers, and I'm just gonna get this out of play. I'm fine taking 7 for now. In total 8 because of the Blood Witch. I forgot the name. I mean Aether Drift. Oh, Aether Drift. I'm a big fan of Aether Drift. I think it looks awesome. But I totally get if it's not your cup of tea. Okay, we're gonna tap the Ghost Vacuum. At some point, we just started streaming, so there's like no chance that we're gonna be doing any of the streamer event stuff. But once we've done this for a couple months, hopefully we can start doing that. Because one thing I really did want to do when I started to see the Aether Drift previews as I was gearing up to start streaming, I was like, how cool would it be to do that? But I don't think we're in a position to do that yet. Most of the people watching probably know who I am already. I am a YouTuber, not really so much a Twitch guy. I'm just now getting into Twitch because of a restructure I'm doing to the way I make my content. Here is my Abhorrent Oculus. Oculus is cool because it's gigantic and doesn't care about your feelings. Then I think we'll play Spyglass Siren. I just kind of want to get things on the board. I might also play the Ghost Vacuum. No, the Siren's fine because I can use the map to torch the tower, so I'm not super sweating it. This also doesn't have any type of like evasion, no trample or anything, so I can just chump that and that's not a big deal. What do I need in my graveyard to have Delirium? Instant, and we have that covered. So we'll probably try to convert this and just try to turn the clock over as fast as we can. So for now, we'll just pass the turn. But I kind of like Aether Drift. That's just me though. A lot of people think that the set symbol looks really cheesy and shitty. I think it's like fine. It's definitely not the high fantasy thing that Magic has made themselves known for. That's a Deep Cavern Bat. Well, there's our Torch the Tower target. And it exiles, luckily, so our Vengeful Blood Witch is not going to care about it. So let's kill that. No, thank you. No Vengeful Blood Witch trigger for you. You can look at the cards in my hand. You may not take any. Tickle Bitties. Oculus is kind of like my dad. How's that? Because he's usually dead? I hope that's not the case. He's going to be surveilling his way to the win here. What do we got in the graveyard? Nothing we need to exile yet, so we'll just get the Overlord. If they get busy, we just like chump. There's Blood Witch trigger on my creatures. We'll go to blockers. We are going to double up on one of the Gorehounds because we need it out of play. Then we are just going to chump here and take 1, 2, 3. No, 2, right? 1 from the Snarling Gorehound, 1 from the other one dying. Yeah. Okay, blocks. What do you got? He's huge and doesn't care about my feelings. Mine just abandoned me, but I can kind of get behind that. I think the theme is not my thing, but I can understand because I like the Kamigawa Neon Future Ninja stuff, and that isn't for everyone. Yeah, I mean, if your like gripe is it doesn't really resonate with me, I think that's like more than fine. I think you're completely you are allowed to have that opinion, and there's nothing wrong with that. And this is definitely the Raise the Past deck, by the way, for anyone who hasn't already caught on to that. So there's no sweat there. However, don't like, as long as you're not ruining it for everyone else, if that makes sense. Let's go Inti. This isn't quite lethal, but it's very close. Here's Inti. I'm going to go to combat. I'm going to attack with all 3 of these. That's going to trigger FOMO and Inti. FOMO is going to target the Abhorrent Oculus. Inti is going to discard this Seachrome Coast, and then I'm going to put the counter on Abhorrent Oculus. I will exile this Proft's my PEM. Like I said, I'm going to stop trying to pronounce that. And then go to blockers at 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. It's a lot of damage. All right, you take pain. Bop, bop, bop. We're going to untap and go to the second combat attack. That triggers Inti again. Do I want my second Ghost Vacuum? I don't think so. We'll pitch it. Inti's going to trigger twice. We get another Ghost Vacuum just for our trouble. Take 7. Now, their Channeler has flying. I have neglected to realize that. I should have left my Abhorrent Oculus behind. I think I just died. Cool. I talked myself into death. So let's give it a good old concession. I am pretty happy with the Ghost Vacuums though. Nah, I'm too old to yuck someone's yum. Yeah, same here. I'm 32. Like I don't have time to be causing people mental strife. Put myself up here. I figure this looks better while I'm sideboarding and while I'm talking about the deck itself, so I'm not in the way of the cards. Do we want to change anything? I don't think so. I think we just really want to be on the play. I think we want to be on the play and ideally not let an Essence Channeler get that big, but we have the tools to do so. So we're just going to resubmit. Same age? Yeah, we're old, dude. It seems like not that long ago when I was like 28 thinking about like, oh man, it's going to suck when I turn 30. Then I turn 30 and nothing happens, right? You turn 30 and it's just like the same shit, but now Zoomers say that you're old, which to be fair, like fine, that's totally fine. And a few years here, Gen Alpha is going to make the same, accusations on them. And that's cool. Who cares? Really, my back went bad. Yeah. My back is, I have a degenerating disc in my lumbar. It's L3, L4. That disc is degenerating and it sometimes hurts. All right, this hand is, I think, slow. We've got multiple unsummons, but I don't think that's where we want to be. I think our deck is a combo deck and we want to lean into that. And if the first proactive thing we're going to do is play Steamcore Scholar, seems pretty tough. We're going to mulligan. This hand has a FOMO, nothing good to pitch to it, but this seems like a generally strong hand. Unsummon seems very weak against our opponent's deck. That said, we do have like, if we pitch a land, we can still cast everything in our hand. So I think we're going to pitch Spirebluff Canal. Cross our fingers. You just want to draw lands and hopefully we draw into the combo. Yeah, hairline fracture on your lower spine is tough. That sounds yucky and painful and I'm sorry to hear that. Here is my Siren. Here is my map. You may go. We love a turn 1 tap land. All right, we draw an untap land, which is like fine. We're cool with that. Now I can play Inti. Do I want to go Inti pitch land and just play FOMO next turn? If I play FOMO first, no, I'll play FOMO after because that'll trigger the Inti as well, right? Don't be stupid, Adrian. All right, here's my here's my Inti. We attack with Spyglass Siren. That triggers Inti. We'll pitch a land. We have nothing we want to cast with it. And that'll exile something we can't really play because we've already played a land for turn. And that's a shame, but that's okay. Because now we have a 2/2 in the air, which they aren't currently geared up to deal with. There's that dude I was talking about. He sacrifices things, and in return, you get to counter. That said, I think I'm going to try to plow through it. Let's go FOMO now. Fomaruni. I'm going to pitch this Thundering Falls. That's going to trigger Inti. I exile a land. I exile a land. I play it. I go to combat. I attack like this. 2 attackers. Inti's going to target itself, so homeboy right here can't block it. So we'll pitch the Spirebluff Canal. If we draw a 1-drop, we're goated. We'll put this here. We don't, but that's fine. Hey, you want to take 5, dude? How are you feeling about that? If they play literally any other creature, we'll probably unsummon the Bart. I'm just going to call him Bart as a tempo play to try to keep applying as much pressure as possible. Would you say Oculus is something that is just your personal favorite, or is it actually holding its own in the same blue-white Oculus? Okay, so things. After the big event last weekend, people have realized that Dimir Oculus, which I don't actually play it because I love Oculus. I play it because I love Psychic Frog. I'm a huge Psychic Frog guy. But it did not perform well. Apparently, it's not good into the current metagame. It had like a 46% conversion rate overall, which if you didn't know, not that good. I think in standard, the threat of an Oculus is super high. And for the last like entirety of the format, we've had a deck that's based around just the Oculus. Okay, Overlord of the Baelmerk. I will not unsummon Bart in response because it doesn't add to the board presence in a meaningful way. But in standard, the Azorius Oculus, Azorius Tempo deck has been just chilling like the entire time for the last since they printed the cards for it. So I think in this format, it's very real. I think in this deck specifically, it's really cool. So we've got 3 lands in the bin, which is not great for our FOMO. I wonder if we're supposed to map here, map the FOMO. I think we map after. We'll get our cards first. Let's just go to combat and full send. That'll trigger Inti. We'll pitch Spyglass Siren. I'm not super interested in just like casting a 1/1 right this second. And then we will target, doesn't really matter what we target. We'll target the thing in the air since they're the least likely to be able to extend into the air. We keep drawing lands, which isn't great. Yes, we will. You don't have Death Touch, do you? No. We will kill Bart and then we'll connect like that. We'll at least play the land and then we will map. Let's keep growing this flyer to maybe a 2-turn clock. Nope, we drew another land, but we'll pass. At least Inti helps us flood out less or like deal with the flood out in a better way. Please don't Wrath of God me. That would be really lame. Also, what did you put into the graveyard off your dude? Oh, nothing. Okay, so Raise the Past doesn't do anything meaningful. Love that for me. Snarling Gorehound, that's fine. If I unsummon that, is this lethal? Well, not anymore. Now there's a Vengeful Blood Witch. All right, you surveil. They put a creature in the bin, sure. We're definitely supposed to unsummon something. Yeah, let's unsummon the Vengeful Blood Witch. Just not interested in them gaining any life, not interested in their graveyard getting any bigger. That is another land. Here we go. Combat, attack, trigger the Inti. We'll pitch the land they know about, and that'll put a counter here. We just need to keep attacking them in the sky. And we get an unsummon. So now we can unsummon the dog, and this is lethal? Die? Wow, this deck seems sweet. I'm kind of into it. All right, cool. That's 1-0. Whoever's keeping track, keep track for me. Let me know. I'm going to ask at some point later in the stream what's our record, and I expect you to know. And if you don't know, I'm going to break down and cry. All right, let's run it back. Also, anyone watching, do you guys watch Doomwake? I've watched his YouTube videos forever, but I just actually started watching his streams, you know, because I figured if I want to be streaming, I should probably get myself acquainted with the, the streaming meta and everyone else that's streaming here. And one of the first places I went was Doomwake because I enjoy his YouTube content, and I never really realized how good he is at it. I found myself just staring at Doomwake's stream for 3 hours the other night with everyone. My girlfriend and roommate were both in the room, and we had some dinner and they were watching something on the TV, and I just couldn't be fucked. I was just watching Doomwake. This hand looks poopy. It's a 1-lander. That said, if we draw a white source ever, this hand goes crazy. If in the top 2 cards of our deck, there's an untapped white source, and I think all the white sources are untapped. We just go FOMO, pitch Abhorrent Oculus, recommission it. Am I greedy? I do have this Spyglass Siren. Yeah, we're greedy. We're keeping. Ooh, that's better. I like this song better. All right, they mold a fix. They play a Storm Chaser's talent. Yeah, well, that is the metagame right now, huh? All right, that's not a land, but here is a Spyglass Siren. Not sure if I'm the only one who hears it, but there's a 1-second delay where we rehear everything Shroom has said. Ooh. Well, let's deal with that right now. Wait, hold on. Hopeless Nightmare incoming. Pitch Abhorrent Oculus. All right, let me figure out what's going on there. I will take the damage. I will, yeah, let me know. Keep listening. Let me know how it goes. Okay, we did draw the land and it's a white land. So I guess here is me recommissioning the Oculus. Seems fine. And then I'll attack you for 1. Yeah, definitely let me know if it solves itself or not. We will tuck an unsummon face down, put Helping Hand in the graveyard, because according to everything I'm looking at over here, it should be good. but I did just rework a bunch of this stuff for the stream, and it could totally be the case where something's gone wrong. So hopefully that's not the case. Ooh, we win. Wow, that was easy. Sideboard time. This is, ew. I'm gonna restart Arena in a minute. I hate this, like, when it does this weird whiteout thing up top. It's like a glitch. Versus this deck, what do we want to do? Ghost Vacuum, big. I think this is a Ghost Vacuum matchup. They are definitely doing Storm Chaser's talent, meaning they have Tabby. This town ain't big enough. So I think we want like Ghost Vacuum. I don't think we want Shelter by Ghost because it's like an actual liability into cards like Hopeless Nightmare, not Hopeless Nightmare, but Tabby and Nowhere to Run. Exercise seems kind of medium. No, I think Exercise is more for J Mills. Hello, hope you're well. J Mills, let me know how the audio sounds. We're currently debating if there's like some doubling of my voice, which there shouldn't be, but if there is, I want to deal with it ASAP, and I can't detect it in my system. But after this game is over, I'll look into it more. But I've got some people saying it sounds great, and specifically Tiggle Biddies says that there's some slapback echo. So I definitely would like to get to the bottom of that. Let's go ahead and I don't even know if I want a sideboard. All my cards seem fine. Unsummon probably blows. Let's take out all the Unsummons and replace them with Ghost Vacuums. And then on the play, I might want No More Lies, but not so much on the draw. We're just gonna try this. Thank you, Jamie. Appreciate you, baby. How you doing today? We're gonna be streaming for a while today, so we'll be taking like, you know, breaks every once in a while because I do have to get lunch at some point. But I think we're gonna try to err on the edge of longer streams when we're doing, you know, streams on Twitch, because I am gonna be like redistributing the content on YouTube. So if you're watching this on YouTube, hi. This hand is the same thing as the first hand. If I find a white source, we're in really good shape. We've still got the Spyglass Siren, but now we have a Surveil land, so it's actually better than the first hand we kept. So we're gonna keep this. What you got, opponent? Land. Storm Chaser's Talent. Classic. Me draw. It's another helping hand. One white source, please. No? Ooh, but that's a Ghost Vacuum. I think we want a white source worse than a Ghost Vacuum. Plus, Artifact helps with Delirium. Doing well. Excited to watch some good Magic. Yeah, this is the JeskEYE Oculus deck, and I have been like, this is only my second game with it. We won the first game. I've been kind of like into the look of this deck. Let's pitch the Abhorrent Oculus. I don't know, dude. Did you bring in your Ghost Vacuums? I'm gonna do it if I draw a white source. Oh, you're so lucky I didn't draw a white source. Well, here's a FOMO. Right now we've got creature, but we're gonna try to pull the creature out. So maybe we want to put I don't want to put a castable in the bin. We'll just put helping hand down. Get a sorcery going, draw another FOMO. That's like fine. We just need to draw a white source here. Funny pun. Yeah, right. I'm coming for your badge number, Asato. Rest in peace. I'm not coming for your badge number anymore. Do we keep playing this game with Rip? Well, we're definitely bringing in Exercise and maybe No More Lies. Yeah, Rip is a rip, huh? And right when they rip us, we draw our white source. Right, am I this person's paid actor? We have to try to, you know what? No, we don't have to do shit. We can concede and play around the Rest in Peace. This deck is able to get around cards like Rest in Peace, so much as the blue-white variant is, because the blue-white variant plays Monastery Mentor out of the sideboard. So it can kind of like cast its spells instead. Our deck's doing a totally different thing. That said, we can actually kind of interact a little bit with the rip. Since they're ripping, I'm actually gonna not play Ghost Vacuum at all. If they want to deal with graveyards, they can do it on their own time. Meaning that leaves space for Exercise and Destroy Evil. And then do we want some number of Urabrask's Forge potentially? I don't love that bouncing it just resets it. That I hate about the card. We can definitely lean a little bit more into Proft's Eidetic Memory as a line and Inti, but we have to get on the ground really fast. And if we have a Reanimate hand, we have to like punch it. Let's pitch one Scorching Dragonfire and one something else. How about a Recommission, since they're going to attack our graveyard? We're also going to bring in No More Lies, because being on the play, I feel like the permission's actually fine in this matchup. Let's try this. Yeah, Jamie, that was tough for us, huh, buddy? Going into game 3. I'm pretty sure our opponent top decked that too. Otherwise, I think they would have wanted to play it the prior turn. They had no way to know we didn't have white sources. Well, we've got a curve, and that's the best I can ask for, so let's keep it. We're going to open on Spyglass Siren and follow it with Profts, and then start to hold up No More Lies. And this doesn't play super hard into the graveyard, so if they open on an early Rest in Peace in a way where we can't counter it, we can just like do what we're doing right now. Don't cut down my Spyglass Siren. Hell yeah, you can do that all day. Which land do I want to keep? I'm definitely pitching a land, that's for sure. Let's pitch Inspiring Vantage. I will draw. Wow, it's, you know, you can't write this shit. Here is my Inspiring Vantage and my Profts, my PEM. Trigger it, draw a card, trigger it, 2/2 attack. They want to start bouncing my Spyglass Siren. That is cool with me. Better to be lucky than good sometimes. I love this plan. Yeah, I've never won a game from being good. It's always just been from being lucky. That's not like, that's almost completely true. I'm an incredibly lucky player a lot of the time. We'll pitch the Spirebluff Canal. We've already got one in play, so we don't really care about like another one of those. Nurturing Pixie, why not? I think we're going to torch the tower that to keep pressure on, but we'll see what happens. We draw Scorching Dragonfire. Let's do this. Let's go map the Spyglass Siren, and it's a Steamcore Scholar. We'll keep it. Now we don't need to torch the tower. I'm just going to attack for 3 because now I can hold up No More Lies. Cards I won't be No More Lising. That hopeless nightmare. We'll just pitch Scorching Dragonfire. I hope they cast something that I can convert the No More Lies into. That would be like super nice. It's not going to be this. We'll pitch the Scorching Dragonfire because I want to tap out the following turn. Now they might pass holding up Tabby. This town ain't big enough. That would be unideal. But I'd love it if they just like put Fear of Isolation on the stack or tried to rest in peace us. That would be choice. All right, there's the rest in peace. I've converted No More Lies. That worked out perfectly. Now I can get my Steamcore Scholar into play and start to blow my creatures way out of proportion. Attack me? Really? Okay, here's my Steamcore Scholar. Enters play, trigger, draw 2, discard 2. I could pitch this Oculus, or I could just decline to pitch it and pitch Inspiring Vantage and torch the tower, planning to play the Oculus if they don't have a second rest in peace. There is a push to grow the Spyglass Siren. I'm gonna grow the Steamcore Scholar just to get it out of range of the removal spell Nowhere to Run. So we'll just get busy for 3 and see if they got a second rest in peace. I'd like it if they didn't. There's Tabby. Sure. They play Tabby, I pitch Spyglass Siren. Okay, that happened. Me pitch. Now what? You can't attack through this 4/4. All right, Abhorrent Oculus. Yeah, we'll pitch everything, but I don't know. What's the hardest thing to get into my graveyard for FOMO? It's not creature. It might just be instant. I'll just leave No More Lies in my bin. There we go. Here's my Aki. I'll attack you. Steamcore Scholar for some reason has Vigilance, which I think is just great. Go to 4, dude. Love the music in the background. Yeah, if you're, so obviously like I can't directly talk about it too much, but song's called I Disappear if you're into the faint. I've just noticed everyone else on Twitch does it, so I'm gonna do it too. Until someone tells me to stop. Wow, call it 2. Don't call it a comeback from nothing because we just started the stream. But that's a 2-0 with the JeskEYE Oculus deck. It's a 100% win rate. We should stop the stream right now. We just be the best players ever. 100% win rate, easy peasy. But no, we're not going to do that. We're jamming again and again and again and again. Okay, this hand has combo-esque stuff. I don't really do anything early, but I can go like Profts to try to find the 3rd land drop, and then Steamcore to hopefully put like something off the top into the bin. I think we sign up to keep these. If I had to take a guess, we sign up to keep these. Oh, real quick, Jamie, are the sounds from Arena too loud, or are they like, do they sound okay? That was something when I was doing my tests and stuff and arranging for the stream this morning. I really wasn't sure how to gauge that for a live audience. Here is my Proft's memory. I draw a land. It's not a land. Come on. Deck, I need you to help me out here. We need to draw lands. Up the beanstalk. We got to draw lands now. There's no way this matchup's good for us. Okay, we didn't draw lands. We have a new plan. We're going to go to discard or draw a land. One of those 2 things needs to happen. Avatar? Of course. Turn 2 beanstalk into turn 3 avatar. These are these people all called ahead. Every time I play this deck, I like do not have that opener, and every time one of my opponents does, they do. Wow. Oh, that's right. I can't go to discard. Prof's Eidetic memory gives me an infinite hand size. It's a Nambo. We gotta go to sideboard. Oh, that's tough. Okay, this is domain, probably domain Zur. Things we're gonna take out what we don't want first, which is like Torch the Tower and Scorching Dragonfire. These cards like don't have text in the matchup. They might want to rip us. Although, did they see any of her plan? No. Where did hey, can I have my sideboard back? Thank you. They didn't see any of her plans. To be honest, the arena music, background music, and your vocals sound good. Very good. Well, there shouldn't. I'll check it. They shouldn't be any arena music, just the arena sound effects. So I hope that's what you meant. Otherwise, I've done something incredibly wrong. So that's 7 cards out. But thank you. I'm glad you like it. I think we want No More Lies. I think we want Destroy Evil at the very least. 3 Rask Forges. And then Exercise is pretty good. I think I just want Get Lost though, right? Maybe I can cut an Unsummon for 1 exercise. Let's try this. This seems fine. We play. Words are hard today. That's fair. It's Wednesday. Who's got time to be correct on a Wednesday? Okay, me play, me go, me win. Me have good opener. Hand sucks. No way to get anything into the bin. Now I could just go to discard, but then I'm skipping 2 land drops. So that really only works on the draw. So we have to mulligan this hand. This hand also blows, but we have a Spyglass Siren. Is that a good enough reason? Or can we go to 5? 5 would definitely be the responsible thing to do. There aren't that many lands in the deck. If you look at the bottom, you'll see I'm 38% to draw land. So even over the course of 2 top decks, it's like just not that strong. We go to 5. I agree, Jamie. Let's go to 5. This hand is like, okay, it's not great, but like this hand has a plan, which I think we have to take. I think what we want to do is pitch Spirebluff Canal. We can't really pitch Helping Hand, can we? We gotta like do our plan, and then we can't pitch the exercise either. I think we pitch FOMO, Spirebluff Canal, cross our fingers. Yeah, this is like fuck, right? We keep 5. We're gonna pitch. We want to lead on Thundering Falls and go into Inspiring Vantage. So we'll pitch the Bluff Canal and the one of our FOMOs, and then we'll lead on a Surveil and just put the Oculus right into the graveyard. Damn, it's a Helping Hand. We'll bin the Helping Hand and pass. We'll see what happens. It could go okay. We'll see. I can't imagine this is one of our good matchups though. We take a draw. It's a 3rd land. We don't want it yet, but we will take it, if for no other reason, to pitch it to this FOMO. Goodbye, Spirebluff Canal. Hello, hopefully not something I want to pitch. Kinda is something I wanted to pitch. We'll see what happens though. They did not turn to Leyline binding us, which is sweet. I'm gonna play Inti. Do you have No More Lies? Your deck's not supposed to play it, but people are playing all kinds of shit. Okay, I'm gonna go to combat. Do you have Get Lost? You do. You do have Get Lost. Your turn. That's too funky for me right now. Listen to this band. We could play Steamcore Scholar, or we could discard it and Helping Hand it and try to hold some mana up. I kind of like that. We're going to combat. You have the targeted removal or not, dude? If you have it, show it to me. Just hurry up about it, for the love of God. Thank you. Get Lost. My Inti's dead. And then we can actually do some reanimating right now, or we could Steamcore Scholar. I think it's close. Without a PEM in play, Proft's Memory, the Steamcore Scholar seems like kind of medium. I kind of just want to do this. I'm going to go in, well, no, I'm not going to go Inspiring Vantage. I'm going to go Helping Hand. I'm actually going to buy back my FOMO. That's going to enter play. I'm going to pitch Inspiring Vantage to it. We'll draw a Spyglass Siren. Then instead of going wider, I'm going to map my FOMO. That worked out wonderfully. Now I'm going to extend my Spyglass Siren and hope they just don't have like temporary lockdown or Wrath of God, obviously. Overlord of the Mistmoors is pretty good. We can at least get rid of the original creature. Ooh, Proft's Memory. If anything, I think we want to get FOMO out of range of the 2/1s, right? I wonder if we just start cracking maps like crazy, because our other lines are like extend more into the board, which sounds like a trap. We can exercise this later as long as they don't have like a Zur or something. Yeah, we're going to start mapping our FOMO. All right, we didn't want to hit that land. Let's map again. Come on, 2 non-lands. All right, Unsummon, I'll take it, but then I won't. We'll do it again. Do we have an instant in our bin yet? That's important. That's super important. Goodbye. Okay, we go to combat. We attack, trigger the FOMO, target itself, untap it. You block, absolutely. We go to combat, I'll attack with both. Now, if you want to block my Spyglass Siren and take 4, I'm okay with it. Done, go, land. Now what, Wizard, Zur? You've gotta be kidding me. Okay, we're dead. We're 2-1, we're dead. Our opponent got lucky. Really, they didn't get that lucky. The lucky was the matchup's good for them. And anytime they go Beanstalk into Green Overlord, I'm like, okay, yeah, that's possible. Your mana shouldn't even function, but that's besides the point. Great Pepsi Man. That was solid sequencing. Spoke too soon. Yeah, I tried. I tried really hard. We mulliganed to 5 though. So what can you do? Our opponent played it right. I get salty about the domain deck. Domain players be the luckiest in the universe. It's less about me being mad and more about me being incredibly jealous of them. All right, give me the play, give me the play, give me the play, give me the play, give me the play. Hell yeah. Show me a good opener. Yeah, sure. Spyglass Siren into Inti. Inti pitches Steamcore, which gives us a solid recommission target if we don't find anything better. Keep. So true. Indeed, it is. Here's the Siren. It's a 1/1. It'll make me a map. You can go. Don't need the W. Just want to do the cool thing. Yeah, I also care more about doing cool shit than winning every single game. Winning every game is not a reasonable thing to even try to do. Here's Inti. How do we feel about that? Oh, you don't have cut down. Great. Inti triggers. I will pitch Steamcore Scholar. There's nothing I can exile that I can use, but that's fine. We just want to connect for 2. Land, Flood Farm Verge. What's Esper? Split Skin Doll? Well, we could just unsummon the Split Skin Doll. I don't think we need to though. No, I can just target Inti with its own ability if I want to. What do I want to discard to Inti though? You know, let's recommission before we make any assumptions about what we're supposed to do here. I want this back. It triggers. I will draw 2. When I discard 2 or 1, it's going to trigger the Inti. And I think I can just pitch Unsummon. That triggers Inti. I exile the top card. It's a Spyglass Siren. So now I can pitch a land for sure. So we'll get in like this. Then we're going to grow the Inti to its own ability. We'll pitch one of our 2 canals, and then we'll grow this out of block ability range from the Split Skin Doll. It's a Helping Hand, which isn't super helpful, but that's okay. You're going to take 5, buddy? Or want to chumpy chomp? You take 5. Then we play Spirebluff, and we'll just jam our Spyglass Siren. Make another map. Good luck. Deck feels awesome. I'm gonna have to play this in paper. I have all the cards for it. Ooh, this is another one of those black-white. I want to reanimate every 2-drop for my graveyard deck. Raise the pest. We want to get the job done quickly, and part of that's going to be making sure to connect a bunch. I don't want them really blocking with anything. Also, I think this snarling Gorehound's going to be a pain in my ass. Let's I guess we can put all of our triggers on the stack before actually using our spells. So what we'll do is we'll go to combat and then we will attack with everything. That'll trigger Inti. I'm not super interested in Thundering Falls, so I'll pitch it. Inti wants to grow. Do I grow the Inti? Nah. Let's grow my flyers. I'm just gonna probably Dragonfire something that's in the way. Let's grow Spyglass Siren. We exile Profts. I really wish I could play that here, but I can't just like let them double block Inti, can I? No, I totally can. I just like, I'm not gonna be able to cast Profts, but if they do double block, I'll just Scorching Dragonfire one of their 2 creatures. Okay, go to blocks. Totally fine. I would like you to exile your split skin doll, please. All right, now Inti lives to fight another day. They take a bunch of damage, and then why not crack a map? Let's say on Spyglass Siren. We've already got lethal in the air, but like, why wouldn't I want to just draw extra cards? You go. Maybe I should have held the land for the Inti. That's an interesting thing about playing this deck. I imagine you'd need to remember is like hand density. Okay, that was an easy win. Game 2. Oh crap, remember me to restart Arena after this game. Do not let me go to the next round without restarting Arena. 3 Ghost Vacuums, trim a Recom, trim a Scorching D, trim a anything else, Unsummon? Sure, let's go. Let me go back. Jamie, thank you. Appreciate you, baby. You are the best. Any of you guys watching right now, pre-modern fans? I'm thinking for the first stream, it's either going to be me and Max or maybe me and Guy or me and a pre-modern player. But I almost want to do some pre-modern because my local scene, we're getting ready to fire off some pre-modern monthlies. And like, I've got a bunch of cool pre-modern decks ready to go, and I'm building more. Now that we're actually going to have some pre-modern monthlies here at our at my local game shop that I'm setting up with a huge community. It turns out there's a huge community I didn't even know about locally. Well, since that's the case, I now have like this, I've got a good reason to do the thing I already like to do, which is build a billion decks. Because not everyone has a pre-modern deck and not everyone wants to invest, but a lot of people just want to play the format. So I can build just like any deck I want and be like, oh, it's a house deck. You come by, here's your deck, buddy, play. I want to get someone to do stamps, maybe an artist, because like all the local pre-modern scenes, it seems like everyone just like gets really into like the swag, you know, the stamped cards and the altars and all that stuff. So I'm really excited for that. But it's giving me the itch to record and stream some pre-modern. So maybe I'll do a pre-modern stream here. This hand has Helping Hand and Abhorrent Oculus. What it does not have, and this is important, is a way to take my Oculus and make it not in my hand anymore. But I do have some removal, and I can skip my first land drop. I could go to discard and skip my first land drop in Helping Hand Oculus on turn 2. Is that good? I don't know. Am I going to do that? I have no clue. I'll have to see what I draw for turn, but I'm keeping this hand. For the meme, I might just do it. Gnawing Vermin is fine. Please mill me, please mill me, please mill me. Of course you don't. Oh, but you milled a Raise the Past, and I think that's sweet. Okay, we're making content, baby. Pass turn. I'm pitching this Oculus. Please don't play Ghost Vacuum. I'll concede and we'll go to game 3 if you play Ghost Vacuum. That's fine. You can play a Split Skin Doll. Yep, you drew a card, you attack. I draw. Turn 2, Oculus. Better than we can do in Modern most of the time. Go. All right, we'll put a Fear of Missing Out face down. I have no clue if this is good enough. Our opponent's deck is able to do some crazy stuff once they get to 4 mana, but the Abhorrent Oculus has to be a reasonably good clock. Also, this face down Fear of Missing Out can make this lethal a turn faster than it looks like it should be able to do. So that also seems quite good. You're attacking for 2, I'll just take it. Big hype, that sounds awesome. Can't wait for the content. I'm very excited to hear that you're excited. I keep looking to address you. I keep looking up to where my camera used to be. It's right there now. Let's go ahead and we got to get our tap land into play at some point. We really want to convert these Torch the Towers. So let's go Thundering Falls tapped. Steamcore Scholar can go to the bin. I'm not interested in sending in this FOMO. A, because I don't want to lose it. B, because I'm not interested in like putting any of their 2 drops into the graveyard. So we're just going to go to combat and attack for 5 in the sky. We could play Spyglass Siren, not even certain that it's wrong to, but I'm a little wigged out. I just want to hold up Unsummon. All right, trigger Abhorrent Oculus. I will put down a land, put a little sorcery in the bin. If we can get one of these Torch the Towers into the graveyard, that'll turn this FOMO on. And that means after we attack them for 5 with the Oculus, the next attack, in theory, should be lethal. There is the President, and they go to combat, and they probably, I would even ship him with the Gnawing Vermin. I'm not going to block any of your creatures. You can have them. I'll take 4. What now? Oh, don't kill my Oculus, you jerk. Oh, you didn't. Okay, you play Starscape Cleric. It enters. It's about to exit. Go away. And that's an instant. So our FOMO is live now. They just sack it to the President. I don't know what Presido means, and I'm sure it's not that, but he kind of looks like a president to me. Okay, Ghost Vacuum is actually a sick top deck here, and it makes me want to pump the shit out of my breaks. Combat. Send. I could flip the FOMO here, but that's just like super not lethal. So I'm not even going to bother with it. We'll just hit him for 5. Then we'll play on tap Seachrome Coast, Spyglass Siren, Ghost Vacuum, leaving a red up for Torch the Tower. And we can even do the bargain for Torch the Tower, because Spyglass Siren leaves behind a little buddy for us to play with. Pass to you, opponent. Is this orientation, by the way, on the left hand of the screen, is this good? Is this like pleasant to look at? I wasn't really sure. I tried to model it after Doomweight because his stream is so aesthetically pleasing. And I was like, well, it is a bit of a copycat thing to do, but also there's only so many places I can put my face on the on Magic Arena. So, all right, opponent, what are we doing? Cathar Commando? That's nasty and gross, and you're mean. But it resolves. We'll just like exile something from their bin the second they activate it. Like right now, activate. We'll take out, I guess, one of your flying bats. Okay, that resolves. It's dead. It's gone. I love Cassiopeia, but next song. Okay, that's better. You come, you attack, you no attack. Well, I don't even need to convert a Torch the Tower then, right? We convert one anyway. We'll just try to kill a Split Sin doll and they'll just sacrifice it, and who cares? Hiya. The layout looks good, is a classic. I'm glad you like it, because this is also going to live on the re-upload episodes, and I'm gonna, you know, structure those videos a little bit so they're easier to watch as a VOD, but I just want them to be as aesthetically pleasing as possible. All right, I wonder if we're supposed to map this first to play around cut down. I guess if they have it, they'll cut it down anyway. Yeah, they do that anyway, right? Yeah, we're just gonna, well, you know what? Let's play mind games. Map the face down card. No land, please. No land. It's an Oculus. Put it in the bin. Here, now you can't cut this down. Here is my fear of missing out. Go to combat. GG. Oh, that was sweet. That's just lethal. That was great. I feel like someone's supposed to remind me of something, but I guess we'll just get into the next game unless someone's quick about it. No, Jamie? Oh, I remember. We're supposed to restart. Thanks, guys. Just making sure you're paying attention. All right, exit game. Now you get to see all the hentai that is my background. Just kidding. It's just more magic shit because I'm an actual nerd. Let's relaunch. Make good. Make happy, yum yum. What does that put us at? 3-1? 3-1, right? For games with this deck? That feels pretty good so far. I definitely don't hate it. Now that we've restarted it, the top of Arena looks normal and doesn't make me want to have an aneurysm. Okay, let's get into round 5. Does anyone or any of you Twitch veterans, is there like some bot I can use to like track? Because I know my untapped GG should be working, so you should be able to like hover over a card and read it if you want to, but I don't know what I should use to keep track of win rate. Do people even care about that for Arena? I know when you're playing like leagues on MTGO, it kind of matters to some people, including myself. I like to see that information. Don't know if it matters here. I'm keeping this hand just because I like the way it looks. Like aesthetically, I like the hand, so I'm keeping. It really is that simple for me. All right, Sub-Zero, you keep, you won't. What you do, you go 6. I love when you go to 6. Hired Claw, fast deck. I think I want to just like, I could torch the Hired Claw. Play super reactively here. Not even convinced that's wrong, but I kind of want to like get my Inti going as quick as possible. So if I play Spyglass into Inti and bin something, I can recommission it ASAP. And I think that's where I want to be. So let's go Spirebluff Canal into a Spyglass Siren, pass, and hope our opponent doesn't just kill us on turn 3, which is like kind of an unrealistic speed, but this deck can go fast enough that like maybe you're not actually dead on turn 3, but you're basically dead on turn 3, if that makes sense. What's up, man? You don't need to tank that hard for your red deck, I promise. At least not on turn 2. You just play Emberheart Familiar and attack for 4. It's that easy, baby. I should be a red player. I hate playing red decks, but isn't that what you do? They have to have the Emberheart Familiar. Every single one of my opponents has it every time. Or you can just rope yourself, whatever. I wonder if they like drew not a land and now they're salty. I mean, we'll take the win, scoreboard it. Oh, there they go. They're literally roping us. Okay, cool. Good to know. All right, I take 1, I take 2. Thornspire Verge, Manifold Mouse, nothing. Okay, cool. We draw a 3rd land, which I'm interested in. This Inti is likely under duress right now of the like some type of a burn spell. I think I just have to make them have it. That way I can double spell next turn. So here's Inti, and here's now the Steamcore Scholar in theory should be really good in this matchup because it has vigilance. And that's what I'm going to pitch to the Inti. Goodbye, Steamcore Scholar. Hello, exiled card that I will never have access to because I've already played a land for turn and I am out of mana. But when I recommission this, that's like huge. Oh, Questing Druid, sure. Oh, there's the removal you wanted along with Screaming Nemesis. Gross. I can torch the tower it, but that's going to trigger so I can never gain life again. Joke's on them. I don't think I have a point of life gain in my deck. Cool. Yep, that's 1 dead Inti. It's already done its job though. It's a little late now. Are you attack for 2? I take 2. Are you missing your land drop here? You are. Love that for me. I adore that for me. Now I can actually wait on the Steamcore Scholar. I'm just gonna draw Proft's Memory. Draw a card, make this into a 3/3. And next turn, when I play my Steamcore Scholar, I'm gonna have like a 5/5 or 6/6 with vigilance and flying, which seems quite good. And right now I'm holding up Torch the Tower with a bargain. So that makes me feel safe. Maybe that's a fallacy. But I'm still happy with it anyway. Okay, Innkeeper's Talent resolves. I love them casting that as well. I would like them to target with Innkeeper's Talent. Then I will bargain, hit this, auto pay, sacrifice my map. Monstrous Rage does not protect you from this. I don't think there's anything that does. I just want your Hired Claw to be gone. I don't want to die with all that damage. You ever play against one of those openers where your opponent has 3 Hired Claws and then you think, why is anyone doing anything else? Then you remember it's because you're only allowed to play 4 in your deck, but your opponent probably never got that memo. Come on, dude. What's the hold up? All the time? Yeah, right. It's just like, why can't it be me? Every time I try to play a red deck, I draw like 6 lands. It's like the game remembers that I always play blue mid-range / control oriented decks. It's like, you wanted these lands, right? I'm like, no, I didn't even want it when I was playing Dimmer. Okay, our opponent's just roping us for fun. Probably because they're salty because they're in the 84th percentile and I think we only have 1 day to go. We're going to try to get into the top 200. It's a little bit late to try to get into the top 200. I think it's very difficult now. It's pretty locked up at the top of Mythic. Next season, we're going to start early, obviously, and we're going to see how high we can finish. I didn't start going to Mythic till like late last week. Like I broke into Mythic late last week, just like, okay, we need to do this thing. It's your go all over again. I'd rather deal with this than your go because once they rope themselves, they just pass priority instantly. So I untap, I draw. Now I have the Proft's Memory. So I'm going to recommission. I'm going to target Steamcore Scholar. and I would love to draw. I don't think it matters. Now they're going to rope us again. Don't know why. So hard to think as a Gruul deck. I think Gruul players just, you know, I'm not going to go there. Me and my roommate have a really funny joke. If you know Guy Scott from the old channel, and sometimes on my current channel, you'll know him. We have a joke where like all Gruul mages, they just like put some random green-red card in play, and while drooling, they just go, "Does it resolve?" And it might not be as funny to you, but to us, that's the most hilarious thing in the fucking planet. Hey man, come on. That's me. Yeah, me too, buddy. All right, here we go. And you're out of rope. You can't stop me from doing anything. I will draw 2. I will discard, I guess we'll play a land, so I'll decline that. I'll just discard the second memory plus the Seachrome Coast. I'll play a land for turn, go to combat, trigger the memory. I think I'll actually put it on here just because like now they're on a 3-turn clock. Hiya, 5 in the air. Who needs the Oculus? I never needed it. Sarcastically, there are too many lines for your brain to handle. The play land, go to combat, pass lines to hard. Yeah, it's difficult, you know? Maybe this guy's having some internet connection issues. Let's give him the benefit of the doubt. So hard, dude, yeah. I think it's, you know, this, usually you escape this. Like sometimes when you're climbing, especially when you get into diamond, some people will get stuck in diamond and there's a lot of salt in like the mid diamond tier. Once you pass out of diamond, as long as you mythicked early enough in the season, I find that the manners in most of Mythic are like good. There are some like absolute well-educated, polite human beings playing Magic in like mid to high Mythic. But if you find yourself playing in the lower end of Mythic, especially later in the season, it's all the people, this is just a theory, but I think it's all the people who queued up for Mythic really early. Because I don't know if you know this, but if you want to hit Mythic on Arena, all you have to do is do it early. It's really easy if you just start at the beginning of the season and jam games. All you need is like a 51% win rate. You will find yourself in Mythic. But then as good players start to get into Mythic because they want to hit the top 200 to qualify for the tournament at the end of the next month, it becomes more competitive. And then I think that causes them to get salty. So a lot of that salt that exists lower on the ladder that you kind of start to not see as you climb hits you in the face again if you find yourself playing against lower Mythic players. And of course, you're always going to have your oddball, like just generically salty people, which what can you do? I think we're 5-1. Are we 5-1? What's our win rate? This seems pretty good. Now, a lot of our opponents have just like, at least 2 of our opponents have just decided they don't want to play Magic with me. Here we go. Here's probably a fine gentleman, assuming that because that's a Jace, because they're number 1346. That's a whole ass badge number, but I get to be on the play. And this hand is okay-ish. I'll keep. Double Painland's not good, so if they're playing red, it's gonna be tough for us. Every game that I manage to get to the Mythic equivalent for, have a countdown before people become salty like that player. Yeah, I think that makes sense to me. Here's my Spyglass Siren. I'm gonna make a map and pass. I want to, really, I just wanna draw a Surveil land and put, like next turn, I wanna draw a Surveil land, play it. Okay, we didn't do that. But it'd be so hilarious because there's like a line where I could have Oculus this turn. Instead, we don't have a good play this turn, so we will map our Spyglass Siren. We're gonna do that before playing land just in case we like randomly peel a Surveil land. That's not what happened. We'll put that in the graveyard. Then we will also, when we mapped, if that was an Oculus, we could have reanimated it. So that's another good reason to do that. We'll play the Vantage. We'll get in for 2. We'll just pass. Okay, Esper, is this Pixie? Yeah, this is Pixie. Storm Chaser's talent into Optimistic Scavenger, make it 2/2. Sure, this is okay. I'll draw. FOMO's not the worst. We have a line here. Let's go red, any color, and play the FOMO. FOMO triggers what's already in the bin. Just instant. All right, let's pitch Steamcore Scholar to draw a card. Angry? I wanted that to go the other way, although this still isn't bad. Now we will Helping Hand our Steamcore Scholar. That's gonna ETB and give us a trigger. We're gonna draw 2, and we can discard 1 with flying if we want. We're gonna pitch do we want to pitch a land intentionally? We might, just to get the fear of missing out bigger. What if we pitch Thundering Falls plus Oculus, right? Let's decline and go Oculus plus Thundering Falls, because I think that gives us Delirium. It does, that's super. And then we'll attack for 2 in the sky. Next turn, we can recommission the Oculus after we go to combat because we want to attack with something twice if we're able to get it together. We kept the Shivan Reef so we can cast Scorching Dragonfire and recommission on the same turn. Yeah, this deck seems sweet, dude. And I'm certain I'm not playing it like as well as the people who like designed the deck would. Yeah, you're going big. Oh, they're going to take out my FOMO. That's a shame. This FOMO would have had them dead in 2, but this is okay. We're going to have to probably take out an Otter, because this is a lot of damage really fast, but we've got lines. Drawing a second Dragonfire isn't bad either. Let's recom the Aki now. Yeah, recom the Aki now. I'm not gonna belabor it. You're taking 4 in the air. And then we really just want to get rid of your like biggest prowess creature because that's gonna scale. Optimistic Scavenger will grow things, but the prowess creatures just scale for free. So we're gonna go to 10 and we will Scorching Dragonfire the 3/3. You go. I will now put a face down creature into play on my side of the battlefield. It will be this Land. Land? I'm sure they have a tabby that'll pull my Oculus out of play, but what can you do? Oh, they concede. Oh, they must not have a tabby. It was good enough. Okay. Sideboard time. This is actually Esper Pixie, so we have to be careful about how we sideboard it. Change that up. Yeah, this is a good song. And it's white again. I hate it. You hear the echo, it's faint. Okay, after this game, I'm going to close Arena, switch scenes, and it's gonna sound really weird for a second because I wanna get this right. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do some adjusting in real time and figure out where that's coming from. So I'm gonna have to monitor some of the sources. If at least one of you hangs out with me while I do that, that would be super helpful to me because I want to be big boy, happy, good, thick, goth, mommy streamer person. I think Ghost Vacuum's good, but if I know anything, they're probably gonna bring in Rest in Peace. So I'm actually gonna leave the Ghost Vacuums on the sideboard. I'm gonna trim an Unsummon, a Recommission to get out of the way of the Rest in Peace, just the tiniest little bit, and maybe like a Scorching Dragonfire. Then we're gonna bring in, it's a few minutes, seconds after, and the music is covering it up slightly. Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. As I sideboard, I am now going to mute the music. So now you should only hear arena sounds and me talking. So let me know if that actually took the echo away, because maybe it's somehow coming through my music channel. I think I want no more lies. And I think I'd like exercise. Could be that I want exercise. I do want to actually actively fight. Their echo's still there. Okay, now I'm actually going to turn off the arena sounds and turn the, I'll leave the Spotify off for a moment. Now tell me if you hear it. Because if you can't hear it now, that means it's somehow coming through the arena channel. And that's really weird. And if it's neither of those, we'll have to, after this best of 3 is over, go in and check it out. I think I will, no more echo. So it's coming through the arena sounds. I'm actually going to turn off the arena channel for now and we'll fix it after. I'm trying to think, do I want like another exercise? I think I might pitch one more Scorching Dragonfire and just bring in an exercise. And then on the play, maybe we'll want even more of that effect. Thank you guys so much for troubleshooting with me. I actually can't describe how nice it is to have people that will help me. Because the one thing they don't tell you about this content shit is sometimes there is a guide. Sometimes you can like Google like how to stream Fortnite. And I say that sassily, but like you could totally do that. That's fine. If that's your thing, go crazy. But like, and it's not as bad for this because like this is kind of just like streaming a video game. But what really got to me was trying to learn how to make content with paper. You can't see this, but someday I'll do a studio tour. The amount of equipment that you don't know what to Google. Like, you try to figure out how to solve this problem. You don't know that you have a problem. Like one of my problems is like, how do I get cameras, lighting fixtures all mounted in a way where like I can view 2 separate players, but they don't get in the way of one another? That took a minute to actually sort out with the amount of space I have. We're gonna keep this hand. It's not particularly strong. We just sign up to keep hands like this, I think. It's a shame that it's in the arena channel because that means I must be feeding my voice into there somehow. We're gonna figure it out. All right, we've got a Concealed Courtyard and a Scavenger. I'm gonna aggressively pop that Scavenger out of play. I'd love to play this, but there's just no time. That Scavenger's gonna start getting big. Get out of here. No, thank you. They play a second land. I could play a creature here. That would be playing directly into their removal spell that I'm pretty sure they have. We'll just play Proft's Memory. I'll draw a card. What do you think about that? Bounce that with this town ain't big enough. Drawing like a land every turn so far isn't great, but hey, Hopeless Nightmare. I'll happily pitch one of them. How about this Battlefield Forge? Great. What now? Got anything, buddy? No, nothing. Cool. Recom. Not very good, but we don't have a creature to dig out of our graveyard. Let's just play Thundering Falls just to see if we randomly fatty into the bin. We don't, but I think, do we want this helping hand? FOMO, they kill it, I helping hand it, and still, yeah, I think we kind of do. So we'll go FOMO, trigger the FOMO, I'll pitch a Risen Reef, and then I get to draw the helping hand. Now I've got multiple ways to do the thing. Proft is gonna trigger and target the FOMO. I'm sure they have Go for the Throat. It'd be weird if they didn't, or maybe Cut Down even. Destroy Evil? Wow, if they're willing to use a Destroy Evil on that, I'm a happy dude. Tap land, sure. The thing we're afraid of now is Kaido. Let's go ahead and helping hand FOMO, and then we will pitch, I don't know. Spyglass Siren seems pretty low EV at the moment. Draw another Inti. Let's drop the Inti. And then I think I like my FOMO better than my Inti, weirdly. So we're gonna target the Inti to incentivize them to kill that instead of FOMO. Okay, perfect. They had to go for the throat just like I thought they did. Here is my Shivan Reef, and you may go. Yeah, leaving Hopeless Nightmare in this matchup seems weird to me. They find Storm Chasers, they should probably activate and just pick up their Go for the Throat or Destroy Evil right now. That would seem to make sense to me. There you go. Now we need to be careful on this next turn because we've got some things we can do. We're just gonna do them all. Here is Inti. We're going straight to combat. I'm gonna attack with FOMO. That's gonna trigger Inti and FOMO. FOMO is gonna target itself. Then Inti is gonna let me discard the Spyglass Siren to hopefully find something a little bit better, which will also grow the FOMO. That's a land drop, I guess. We have nothing to use Recom on right now. So, but that said, I don't actually want to pitch the Recom because the first thing they're going to do is go for the throat one of my creatures. And with this recom, I can just reset to continue to do this. So what I'll do is I'll attack, but I'm just going to decline the action. I'll just attack for 3 here. Then we'll play our Inspiring Vantage, and do we want to just reanimate an Inti right now? It's legendary. We certainly don't. Okay, pass to you, dude. Let's see what you got. Tap land, not very good. I mean, you got to kill something. Okay, they didn't do anything. We drew a second Recommission, so we can afford to get rid of one. We're going to combat. All right, I'll attack with both. One thing they're going to be able to do here, they can activate Restless Anchorage with 3 mana. They can also block and then post blocks, use Restless Anchorage for mana to cast their Go for the Throat. That gets a little bit fucky for me because if they cast their Go for the Throat, they trigger Prowess, meaning they have 4 total blocking power to go in front of my whatever I attack with. 4 is not bigger than 5. What I should do is just attack with FOMO. This might force them to go for the Throat with the FOMO because they have no way to block it well. We're going to target FOMO with FOMO, and then Inti's also going to target FOMO. We're going to pitch Recommission. Then Inti's going to pump the FOMO. It's going to have 5 toughness. They do not have 5 power to put in front of the FOMO. So if they double block, FOMO will take out, let's say, their Restless Anchorage. I also got another FOMO, which is great because they're currently go for the throating my FOMO. So now we can go to the next combat step. Wait, we can totally attack. Should we? Do I want to get rid of this Recommission? This Recommission isn't very good right now. No, 2 FOMOs is pretty good. We're good on attacking. Then we'll play Recommission and we'll target FOMO. Cool thing happens here is that FOMO enters and I have no cards in hand to discard, so we just draw one. It's a land. I will play it. No, wait, it's better to discard it. We will play FOMO. What's our 1-drop? It's usually blue, could be white. So we'll leave a blue-white land up. We'll play this FOMO because when we discard Inspiring Vantage, that will trigger Inti and exile a card. So there's Inti. It exiles a land. We draw the land. Got it. And we get Steamcore Scholar, which isn't great. We're not going to play this land. I actually want to discard it to Inti. So we just pass now. We've got double FOMO, which means we get 3 combats next turn. They sacrifice Hopeless Nightmare, which is, I'm pretty happy with that. Both on bottom. Scry 2 bottom. 2 bottom. Go 2 bottom. 2 bottom. You don't need to keep any on top. You need a savior, and it's not either of the 2 top cards of your library. If they leave on top, it's like guaranteed to be this town ain't big enough. They're about to draw this town ain't big enough. They're going to cast it. Oh, it's just a Nurturing Pixie? Oh, sure. Okay, that doesn't... All you can do is play it and activate it. I guess that like gives you some decent to okay blocks. You could also not activate it and keep Restless Anchorage up, which is an interesting dilemma. I have solved the dilemma. That is an Abhorrent Oculus. Combat first. I've got multiple fear of missing outs. Not super interested in losing them to anything. If we attack, how much total power do they have? They can't cast any spells, so we're looking at 6. If I attack with FOMO, the FOMO is going to trigger the Inti. I can pitch Spirebluff Canal. FOMO becomes a 4/5. If they put everything in front of a 4/5, I can kill everything but the land, and I lose 1 FOMO. I have just talked myself into a combat. I'm not going to attack with this FOMO because I want 1 FOMO alive for this Abhorrent Oculus. They're certainly going to activate Storm Chaser's talent and kill Oculus, but I think that's okay. So let's attack with FOMO, trigger FOMO, target itself, trigger Inti, target the FOMO. I will pitch Spirebluff Canal. Done. Let's target, yeah, we'll target the FOMO. We're happy with the FOMO. Exile Helping Hand? Now that's interesting. Now they activate the Restless Anchorage. It's the only play, right? Yep, there it is. You go to 11 because you have so many pain lands because your mana base is irresponsible. They block in almost the way I thought they would. We have 4 damage to deal. So we will leave them with Restless Anchorage. I want to get their flyers out of my face. I'm going to leave them with Nurturing Pixie, but I think that's more or less okay. Yeah, let's take out the manland. You know what? No, they have to invest mana into this manland, right? Yeah, we'll just leave them with the manland. We'll deal 2 to the Pixie, 1 to the Otter, and 1 to the manland. Deal. Okay, I am okay with this damage. And now they have a 2/2. I can do another combat. I can get this FOMO to be big enough that it can tank both of these, right? But I have to pitch Oculus, but that's now okay. So we can attack with FOMO, trigger the FOMO, on tap. Oh my God, this is, I just realized what's happening. This is disgusting. We'll untap the FOMO. Inti will discard Abhorrent Oculus, trigger Inti twice. FOMO is going to get so big that they can't block to kill. I'll exile another Abhorrent Oculus. Holy shit, this is absurd. Another combat. Why the fuck not? Let's go attack with the FOMO. I can't discard anything, unfortunately, but here's just another set of damage. Let me play Helping Hand. We're going to reanimate Abhorrent Oculus. I have no clue how you get out of this, dude. Here's me casting Abhorrent Oculus. Who cares what I exile? 6 random cards, and you go. I hope you play Sunfall. You don't. Okay, we're 6-1. That's just great. Stop. They're already dead, right? That was brutal. We got to get at least 1 more game in with this deck. Jamie Mills, I agree. Big yay. Happy sound. Yep, 99th percentile. If we can manage to win this one, we'll secure a badge number. This hand is able to put an Abhorrent Oculus in the graveyard, which is a start. We also have interaction. I'm a bounce. Good luck with the rest of your stream. Have a good one, buddy. I'll catch you next time. Be safe. No, don't get kidnapped. Spirebluff Canal, torch the tower. We just aggressively get rid of Optimistic Scavenger. It's a mean little card. Tap land into do nothing. I got a standard RCQ coming up. What are you playing, buddy? Anything good? We drew the helping hand, which is great for us. So let's go FOMO. Hopefully this isn't just straight up control. That's going to make this play like medium. Pitch the Oculus, draw a card. You go. I might actually try this in this weekend's RCQ. Ooh, Profts. Is this like a mirror match-esque matchup? Could be. Storm Chasers. Okay, we are going JeskEYE Convoke. That's one of the decks I built for the format. It is solid. That is a great choice. We go Spirebluff Canal. We go Helping Hand. Give me this Aki back, please. Then we go Profts and we draw a card and we will put the counter on FOMO and just get busy for 3. This is a great way to start turn 3. Now, as far as JeskEYE decks go, I have to be honest. I think this one is maybe even sweeter, but no, Convoke's a phenomenal deck. Highly recommend. I should have put that land in the graveyard, huh? Push me closer to Delirium. Would have been pretty good. Didn't even think about that. I'm so used to just having lands in my graveyard. That's on me. Ooh, Fear of Isolation. Used to play a lot of Azorius Oculus. Yeah, I played a little bit of the deck, and I'm gonna be honest, this one feels better. Like, this feels a lot better, in my humble opinion. You attack for 3? I take 3, dude. You think you're in a racing situation? How much can I kick your teeth in for? Can I get Delirious? Instant sorcery. Creature land. Sure can. Let's play Steamcore. Wait, what land do we want to leave up? Probably blue-white. Yeah, we'll hold the Adarkar Wastes. Let's play Steamcore Scholar. We'll draw 2. We're going to intentionally discard 2 cards, which you don't have a choice here. If we hit creature enchantment, does that do it? It does. But I don't want all these lands, but I don't want to pitch 2 things for no reason. I guess land enchantment does it as well. Yeah, we'll pitch the redundant Profts and Seachrome Coast. That delirifies us. Then we can go to combat. That's going to trigger Profts. We will pump. It doesn't matter. I think I just want my FOMO to be bigger though, right? No, I pumped this face down card. No, I don't want to trade this FOMO for Fear of Isolation. Yeah, we're just going to pump the FOMO. Then I attack like this. I'm just going to attack with this 2/2. Who cares? Attack like this and then trigger the FOMO, target Oculus. I do play Kiora. Yep. Card feels great in this deck. Okay. And then Profts, I will pump this time the Oculus, I guess. I guess they can just block the Oculus now, but that's still fine. I gave them a 2/2 for no reason. That was a little bit silly. Let's play Thundering Falls. Inspiring Vantage is not good. We pass. Aki triggers. What do we got? Show me something good. I'll just put the Helping Hand in the graveyard, I guess. Yeah, it does seem to have a much better beatdown plan. Like, we have these extra creatures that are just good on their own, like Fear of Missing Out, Inti. All these cards seem great, and we win. Wow. Going to game 2, huh? All right, what do we want to do here? Our opponent appears to be playing something similar, only they have the like Fear of Isolation, Storm Chasers talent, probably Tabby, but they might be reanimating. It's kind of hard to tell. They definitely have Profts. I think we just want to handle this deck the same way we handle Esper Pixie. I'm just going to bring in like Exercise as a 2 of, 1, maybe 2 Normalize. On the draw, it seems a little slow. Let's just bring in a Get Lost, 2 of my Exercise, drop a Recommission in anticipation of our opponent having some number of Rest in Peace or something. We'll trim like a Scorching Dragonfire, and then maybe Unsummon's pretty weak against them. Though if they are reanimating, maybe Unsummon's pretty good. I'll keep the Unsummons in for now. We'll just cut another Scorching, and hopefully that doesn't bite us in the ass. I think there's only one Kiora. I could see going up Kiora in this deck for sure. Like Kiora, I haven't gotten to do the octopus thing yet, but like that's not necessarily why Kiora is good. Kiora is like, it's kind of hard to say if I don't know what the good or bad matchups are yet. This is like, we are currently 7-2 or 8-2. So these are my first like 9 or 10 games with the deck. And I have to guess that Domain's a crappy matchup. That's one guess I'll make right now. Okay, this hand has sideboard cards and a way to put Abhorrent Oculus in the bin. Meticulous Archive. Shard Mage's Rescue. They're doing like an Enchantress thing perhaps, which makes me fine with my Exercises. Proft's Memory. That resolves. You draw a card. All right. Can you deal with this Inti right now? Because this is all the time you have for it unless you have actual counter magic in your hand. Nurturing Pixie. Picking up Profts. Do you just want to make a 3/3? Oh, you want a Sheltered by Ghosts. Okay. I guess I can just exercise the Sheltered by Ghosts. Or I could just like get Steamcore into play right now and like ignore it for the time being and just get Oculus into the bin. Let's do that. Cast Steamcore Scholar, draw 2, pitch 1 card. It'll be the Oculus. Did I miss any messages? Not yet. Okay, Optimistic Scavenger, sure. Ethereal Armor. That is a fucking nightmare, huh? That's 5. I'll take it. They're definitely doing like the Enchantress thing, which is like unfortunate, but I think we can do some stuff about it. I think the first thing I'm going to do is Helping Hand the Abhorrent Oculus, see if they have anything for that. Then I'm going to Exercise. I actually want to hit their Sheltered by Ghosts just to get Inti back into play and to start to build up my own board. Please don't have that anymore. Also, please don't cast an Offer You Can't Refuse. Okay. I've got things. This is Vigilant, so I'm going to attack for 2. Trigger Inti. I will pitch another Oculus because I have another Recommission. Inti will put a counter on my Steamcore Scholar and exile the top card. Can't cast it, but that's no sweat. You go. Oculus triggers. Let's put a Steamcore Scholar face down. I don't know. Another Shelter? Good thing I kept my second exercise, huh? You hit the Oculus by like a lot. They attack for 6. Do I care to block? No. I take 6. Ouch. Okay, you passed to me. That's a helping hand. Okay, let's go ahead and exercise the second Sheltered by Ghosts, like this. Go to 6. I want my Oculus back. Then we will go to combat. I think we can just attack with everything. We'll trigger the Inti. We'll just, I guess they could have Shard Mage's Rescue. That's tough. Should have thought about that one, huh? We'll pitch Steamcore Scholar. Inti will trigger itself, I guess. Yeah, I'm kind of into that. That way, if they don't have Shard Mage's Rescue, it's okay. Oh, they don't have it. Okay. Then I will go to 5. Hopefully this doesn't kill me. I want another Abhorrent Oculus, please. Okay, don't wipe my board, I guess. Trigger 2 Abhorrent Oculuses. This is so much. We'll put the land face down. I don't know, dude. FOMO face down so I can recom that other Oculus. This is a lot. This is like so much power and toughness. What you gonna do, buddy? Oh, you're gonna continue to play Magic. Okay. Did you find your 4th land drop yet? Ethereal Armor grants first strike, right? Yep, sure does. Another Nurturing Pixie. What do we pick up? That first strike, bit of a, oh, they just concede. I was about to say that was a bit of a nightmare. J-Dog's streaming schedule right now is like loose as I get used to it, but 1483. Bravo, JeskEYE Oculus. That, I think we're literally 8-2 or 9-2 by this point. This seems minty. But eventually, I'm thinking I live in Eastern Standard Time, so I'm in Michigan, Southeast Michigan to be specific, because we do have like 2 distinct timelines in Michigan, technically 3, I think. No, it's just 2. And I think I want to go from like, for most days, because I'm gonna try to stream maybe 5 days a week, maybe 6 sometimes, starting as early as next week. And I think I want to go from like 11 to 5 at first, although I might do like the Charlie, you know, Moist Critical thing of just like, if I feel like streaming at 11 p.m. and it's just something I feel like doing, I might just do that. You know, that very well could be a thing I do. That said, put me at the 2-hour mark. I'd love to go a little bit longer, but now I actually have to get some things done for the main channel before I have my obligations to take care of tonight. So if you like this deck, go check out, I'll leave a link. It won't be here yet because it's not set up yet. That's another thing I have to do tonight, is I have to set up the second channel, because I don't think I'm going to use Fluorescent Fungus as a stream re-upload because I haven't touched that channel in months. And that kind of is dead algorithmically. I'm going to start something new. But if you want to see where I re-upload these, as well as the paper gameplay, which is going to become a very regular upload schedule, check that out. I'll announce it on the main channel. But if you like the streams, I should be back on tomorrow. I might skip Friday. We'll see. But that's going to be it for today. I got to get the hell out of here. I got some stuff I got to do. I got to go be a responsible adult. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this JeskEYE Oculus deck. I thought it was a blast. We had something like an 85% win rate, which feels real good. We ground all the way from the 90th percentile in Mythic all the way up to, let's actually get a quote on that, huh? All the way up to number 1482, which that's pretty good.